So welcome you all to the second part of the video on preference towards risk. So we are talking about the preference of the individuals, of the consumers or investors towards taking a risky option. Yesterday in the last class we have discussed the risk averting category, risk averting people, and now we are going to talk about the risk seeking category or risk lovers and risk neutral individuals. Welcome. So, risk seeking category or risk loving category is not a usual category. This is not much usual, as most of the people are risk averters, or they do want to avoid the risk. They don't want to take the risk. But here, the risk loving category is the category of the people who are ready to take the risk, even if the odds are unfavorable, even if the game is not favorable. They may be ready to take the risk, as their marginal utility of money is increasing, unlike the diminishing marginal utility of the risk averting category of the individual. And here there is no need for a fair game, there is no need for a favorable game, and or a fair game to take the risk. Even though the game is not fair, even though the game is not favorable, even though the game is unfavorable to happen, uh, they, the risk loving category people, are ready to take the risk. They are ready to play the game, even if it is not favorable to him or her. The reason is their marginal utility of money is increasing. As the money income is increasing, the addition to the total utility goes on increasing, unlike the diminishing marginal utility of money of the risk avoiding category or risk averting people. This concept will be more clear to you when we look an example. As usual, we have three outcomes here, and the outcomes are A, B, and C. Here, A and C are uncertain. There are possibilities for the occurrence of more than one outcome in an option. So those two outcomes are A and C. So these outcomes are uncertain with different probability. We will have a look at it. And the outcome B is a certain option with 100% probability for the particular thing to happen. So there is no need for any confusion. There is an absolute clarity in that outcome to happen with 100% probability is there. And let's look the utility of these three outcomes, A, B, and C. And utility of E is 120, utility of B is 80. There is a certain outcome. Remind you, there is a certain outcome. Utility of B is 80, and it is certain as well. Utility of the outcome C, that means the utility when a person got the money, if the outcome is C, its utility is 60, and the probability for A is 0.4, or 40% possibility is there for A to happen, and probability for C is 0.6, or there is 60% probability for C to happen. And let's calculate, let's estimate the expected utility, then we can have a decision on that. And if the utility, the formula for finding the expected utility is utility of A into probability plus utility of C into 1 minus B. So 120 into 0.4, it is 48, its value is 48, and plus 60, that is the utility of C, 60 into 0.6, its probability is 0.6. So 60 into 0.6 is 36. So 48 plus 36 is equal to 84. This is the expected utility of the risky option, and utility of the certain outcome is 80, but the expected utility of the uncertain outcomes is greater than that of the certain outcome. So in this case, there is no confusion that the risk loving people, risk lover, will take the risk as its expected utility is greater than the certain outcome. So this is due to the increasing marginal utility of money of the people. Let's look at the diagram for the better understanding for you. Here you can see an increasing marginal utility curve. Amount of money as usual is measured along the x-axis, horizontal axis, and as usual marginal utility of money is measured along the vertical axis or y-axis. Here you can see initially the individual has 10,000 rupees in his pocket, and there is a risky option before him. It is betting for any kind of activity. Betting is a kind of financial transaction. Betting may be legal in some parts of the world, may be illegal in some parts of the world. Uh, so, uh, if the person win the bet, he will get uh, 4,000 rupees as the extra income, and then his income will increase from 10,000 rupees to 14,000 rupees with an addition of 4,000 rupees if he win the bet. If he lost the bet, he will lose 6,000 rupees. That means the absolute income, absolute loss of money is greater than the gain. But the and if he lose the bet, he will lose 6,000 rupees. His income will come down from 10,000 rupees to 4,000 rupees. So in absolute term, loss of money income is greater than the gain of money income. But here we have to look at the marginal utility of money. The gain from uh, the gain from addition to the income is greater than the loss of utility. So gain of utility is greater than the loss of utility. So here the individual is ready to take the risk as uh, he is facing an increasing marginal utility of money, and individual here is prepared to take the risk, to make the bet, and they are ready to bear the risk.